Today on Ian Versus Daddybones, you know what? After 3 fucking weeks, we're back.
Oh boy, kids, we're gonna have fun today!
Yay! Hey! Alright!
How is everyone doing tonight?
Hey! Alright!
How is everyone doing tonight?
Hey! Alright!
How is everyone doing tonight?
Hey! Alright!
Epic roast.
Welcome back! It's another exciting episode of Ian Versus Daddybones. I am Ian Daddybones. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. Say what's up to everybody watching on Facebook right now, everybody over on YouTube, and I got a special high five and a knuck tap to all my Patreon subscribers. And y'all, I am seriously so fucking happy right now because I am chilled the fuck out. I am relaxed. And after a month of stress and frustration, I am officially back on my feet, continuing production of Ian Versus Daddybones. And this is the first brand new show that I'm filming since I got the new machines. And that's right. Originally, I was going to get a new laptop to replace the one that died. However, that turned into me getting a new laptop on top of a Chromebook to pair with my phone and my mobile editing. So I got the new machines and I got those last weekend. I've been spending the past week basically getting both of the machines set up in unison. And when it comes to the Hewlett-Packard Windows machine, now it's a task of getting my software back for doing Ian Versus Daddybones. And after the week I spent with the new machines, I could honestly say maybe the old laptop dying was the best fucking thing that could happen to the show right now. Because I have a new laptop running Windows 11, Hewlett-Packard. It's got like a terabyte of storage space, 16 gigs of backup RAM, and then I got my Chromebook. And with it being a Windows machine, and looking at software I had on my last Windows machine, this was the first time in recent years, like basically I bought the last machine in 2016, so this was the first time since 2016 where I got a new machine, and now I'm trying to get my software back on the new machine that I had on the old machine. So basically when it comes to like my editing software, years ago, when I was doing the Original Geeks podcast on the regular, and I also got into the indie wrestling business, I was working with a dude named Scott Fineout, and Scott and I together were producing a wrestling show called 3DW Monster, and it was aired locally on our local television stations, and it was pretty fucking cool and a nice high five moment for us. Hey, we produced the TV show that's being aired on local television. That was pretty fucking dope. But what I'm getting at is this new software that I just bought for the laptop after saying sayonara and arrivederci to Adobe Premiere and Photoshop, which was a limited version to begin with. Not limited edition, limited. It wasn't a trial or anything. Basically, instead of buying the $400 Adobe Premiere and Photoshop, I wound up getting the $150 student budget version, which allowed me to do what I needed to do, but didn't offer all the extras and the bells and whistles that I didn't really need at the time. So I decided to abandon Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Premiere, and I decided to go back to the Magix software, Magix. It was Magix Pro Edit HD back in 2012 and shit when I was editing wrestling videos. But like now it's like Magix Movie Studio 2024, and basically, like I said, the best thing that could have happened to me was the laptop fucking dying. So I go to check out the Magix software, and they got like a whole Black Friday month worth of deals and sales going on right now. So I was able to get the editing software for 50% off. So I got the 2024 version of the software I was editing on back in like 2012. When it comes to my Magic Music Maker, which is what I made beats on the old machine, I was able to re-download that and have that activated. Plus I was able to re-download all of my back catalog of sound pools and samples and instrument sounds that I bought over the years. Like there was a time when I had that beat making software where I was buying like $15, $10, $20 sound pools, like fucking I was buying DLC for video games. So I have like a nice library of like paid samples and loops and shit that I fuck around with. So I got all that back. Then I had the Magic Samplitude Studio, which is what I used to track the audio for Original Geeks podcast. So basically I got all the software that I need on the new machine. Like there wasn't any bullshit and shit that didn't need to be on the old machine in the first place. So I don't have to worry about bullshit being on the new machine. So basically I'm having the HP Windows machine be the House of Ian Versus Daddybones, and then the Chromebook's basically going to be my fun machine, because unfortunately my reason for wanting to buy the Chromebook was to take advantage of paid editing apps that I already have on my cell phone. Like there's some short videos and Facebook reels I'll film with my phone, I'll edit it on my phone, and then I'll post that shit on Instagram and whatnot, and Facebook and Snapchat and shit and Threads. But I was hoping that software was going to be compatible with the Chromebook, which brings me to my first real complaint when it comes to the Chromebook. Don't fucking tell me I can download apps on the Google Play Store if they're not compatible with Chromebook. Wouldn't it make sense to like hide the apps that aren't compatible with Chromebook and maybe just have a filter that shows this is the only shit on the Google Play Store that you could download and use on your Chromebook without asking a bunch of questions? You know what I mean? So I got the Chromebook, and like I'm able to do like my Google shit. Like I'm able to pair it with my phone. So anything I could do on my phone, I could do on the Chromebook, which is pretty fucking dope, because it's like when the phone's charging and shit, I could just hop back on the Chromebook and just be on my social media bullshit. You know what I mean? Just shit posting everything like mwah. So I got the Chromebook, I got the Hewlett Packard machine, I'm back up and running with that. I got my software back, I got my new editing gear, and yeah, it's like riding an old bike, you know what I mean? Fucking around like right now, like with the past month not being able to work and do Ian versus Daddybones, on a memory card sat episode 48. Like right now this is episode 49, you know what I mean? So I'm a month between episode 48 and 49, and then when I got the new machine, I was able to film and open up Snake Mountain, and that's currently available for all the Patreon subscribers. So if you want to subscribe for $1 and watch me talk about and show off Snake Mountain, please feel free to do so. It's $1 until the end of the year, and then the price is going up, $3 a month for the Patreon. But that's also going to include the Original Geeks podcast. I've been doing some thinking in the past month as well, and I sent a message out to all the Patreon subscribers and let them know what I'm planning on doing come January, and giving everybody like a 2 months heads up that the price is going to be going up by $2. However, because it's going to cost you $2 more a month, I'm also saving you $2 in the process by doing away with the $5 tier and including the Original Geeks podcast with the $3 membership for Ian versus Daddybones. Now today on the show, I plan on opening something, but before I get to that, I just want to talk about some stuff that I'm going to be opening up over the course of December to January. I have, basically, with the computer crapping out on me and setting me back a month in production, all of my original plans fell apart because I was doing episode 48. And it's funny too, because if you go back and you watch the last episode of the show and then watch this episode, at the beginning of the last episode, I literally talk about how, like, I'm kind of nervous because my computer's giving me issues again, and it was a pain in the neck trying to edit episode 47. So I was in fear while I was recording episode 48 that I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit this episode. And then the computer finally fucking died and didn't allow it. And episode 48 was saved on a memory card for a month. But originally, I was going to do episode 48, the Diabolical Snake Invasion. Then I was going to do episode 49, which was going to be Scareglow, which wound up becoming a Facebook reel. Or no. Scareglow wound up becoming a episode non-applicable. And then episode 50 was going to line up with the 1-year anniversary week of Ian Versus Daddybones. Episode 50 was originally going to be Snake Mountain, and because the computer fucking died, everything fell apart. I had to figure out what I was going to do as far as making content and keeping it going, which is why I was doing the episode non-applicables. I was filming them on my phone and getting them uploaded. I was also doing Facebook Reels and opening up some other shit and having fun with it. And honestly, in the month of downtime, like, honestly, I've been making noise on Facebook. Like, my performance has been going well. I've been getting a lot of traffic. Like, Facebook was acknowledging me for, like, being a top content creator and shit. And honestly, like, people have been throwing me stars on the reels, so thank you very much for that. So I mean, I've definitely been seeing a rise in my performance overall, but it was just driving me nuts at the end of the day not being able to do the regular version of the show. So even to the point to where I came back to do episode 49, and it's like, I originally wanted to talk about this, but then also over the course of the month, I also wound up with all of this. And this is stuff, it's basically like a giant mail call, but not really a mail call. Half of it's a mail call. Like, basically all the Masterverse stuff is a mail call. Everything WWE was grabbed in Target. So we're going to start off with the Target grabs. Now, these figures, more than likely, these are going to wind up becoming Facebook Reels, because originally I was going to talk about 2 of these WWE figures today, but then I got a mail call, and because I got the mail call, because of something in the mail call, made me want to change around the episode. But starting off, we got the WWE Greatest Hits Elite Collection Terry Funk. And this Terry Funk was actually brought to my attention by the homie OG Kevin Gill. Kevin Gill posted on his Facebook, actually a Saturday morning. I was getting ready to go to work. I'm checking Facebook while I'm waiting for my wife to finish getting ready so we can go to work for the day. And I noticed Kevin Gill made a post on Facebook where he posted a picture of this Terry Funk figure. And he said that this Terry Funk figure is available at Target. And he's been to 3 Targets, hasn't been able to find one, and basically put everybody on notice. Hey, if you're out and about at Target, you happen to see one of these Terry Funk figures, let me know. So when my wife and I were when my wife and I were in the car driving to work, and I mentioned something about it to my wife. I'm like, hey, when we get out of work, can you humor me and swing by Target real quick? I just wanna see if they have a Terry Funk figure. And then I showed her the post. I'm like, Kevin Gill is looking for this figure, and I want to see if I can hopefully find one for him. Now, went to Target after work. Went over to the WWE figures. My wife's like, I want to look at some clothes. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So my wife's looking at clothes. I go over And sure enough, at that Target in Ithaca, they had the Terry Funk figure. So I'm like, oh my god, there he is. Fucking grabbed him. Right? So wound up grabbing Terry Funk, and I let Kevin Gill know. And by the time I let Kevin Gill know, Kevin Gill told me that he also already had 3 other people also find one as well. And I'm like, well, do you still need the figure? Do you want to buy it? Like, do you want me to mail it to you? What are we doing here? And he told me to be on standby and he would let me know. And I also told him that, you know, usually if I buy a figure thinking I'm never going to see it again, that's when I usually see that figure everywhere. So I kind of bought that Terry Funk with that attitude, knowing that, well, if he was hard to find and I was able to find him no problem, chances are I may find another one in the wild. I mean, that's, hey, every collector has their superstitions and whatnot, and I use what works for me, and that's something that seems to work for me. Like, if I want it really bad and I find it, or somebody else wants it and can't find it, and I happen to stumble across it, chances are I'm gonna fucking find it again. So I'm also on the look for a second Terry Funk. But, yeah, I got Terry Funk. He came with the ECW Championship, so that's 1997 Barely Legal Terry Funk. And, now, these guys are both part of 2 different waves, but they're like back-to-back waves. But collectively, I got the Honky Tonk Man, and I got Greg the Hammer Valentine. Now, Greg the Hammer Valentine is in his rhythm and blues gear from when he and the Honky Tonk Man tagged together. But I'm going to save all of that story and information for when I decide to open them up for Patreon subscribers. That's why it's worth giving me the $1. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for $1 for 30 days of bonus content and to get your name in the credits. So it's like you get the show on YouTube and there's a whole second half of the show on the fucking Patreon that y'all ain't even fucking worry about. Because y'all been sleeping on me for the past year. So go back to bed. This doesn't concern you. Moving on. Mail call. Check this out. And also too, before I get into the mail call, I also want to say thank you very much and a shout out to the Patreon subscribers. And I also want to high five the homie Greg, because one of my supporters, Greg, got at me when I was celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the show, and Greg doesn't do the subscription thing. So Greg hooked me up through the PayPal and basically gave me a year's worth of support. And with the year's worth of support from Greg, I decided to turn that into this, holy shit, it's actually in stock and not sold out, Masterverse Princess of Power Grizzlord. So I got the big hairy beast from the Evil Horde in Masterverse form. And he's got the Princess of Power branding on him. So that's pretty fucking fresh. Thank you, Greg. And with the Patreon drop, with the way it hit, the Patreon drop wound up grabbing New Eternia web store and Revelations Prince Adam. So we got Revelations Prince Adam, New Eternia web store. I'm going to set Adam to the side for a moment. And last but not least of the mail call, and this I'm pretty excited about. I'm debating if I want to wait on him or if I want to turn him into a Facebook reel. But I have the New Eternia version of a character I've already opened this year on Ian Versus Daddybones. I actually started the year off opening the Masterverse Revelations Trapjaw. However, I have the New Eternia Trapjaw, and this guy looks absolutely fucking sick. And the one thing I want to talk about real quick is that this Trapjaw figure is part of the new wave. It is Wave 10, I believe. Let's see here. Let me see here. No, actually, you got, Wave 11. You got Wave 9 of Masterverse is Classic Merman, Grizzlord, Buzzoff, and Faker. Wave 10 is Clamp Champ, Horde Skeletor, Webstore, and Prince Adam. So, this new Eternia Trapjaw is part of Wave 11, which includes Sorceress Teela, new Eternia Man-at-Arms, and Masters of the Universe Revolution Horde Skeletor, aka Skeletech. It's basically Skeletor after once Motherboard gets a hold of him. But this wave of Masterverse figures marks the first wave of figures with the completely redesigned box. Now, this box design was showed off at San Diego Comic-Con this year, and I'm not going to lie, at first I wasn't the biggest fan of it, because I know a lot of toy collectors for the past year have been bitching about Hasbro, like, completely removing, like, the windowed plastic and just doing boxes. Like, if you go to Target or Walmart, and you look at the Marvel figures, like the Guardians of the Galaxy figures, or the What If figures, or, you know, the WandaVision or Loki figures, they all come in these fucking thin boxes that have pictures of the figure on the front instead of a window box showing you the actual toy, like the way it's always been. And these Masterverse boxes are cutting back on the plastic a bit, so there's not... You don't have the big open window box like they did, and instead of having what a lot of people felt was an ugly blue to black border with all these like hieroglyphic symbols that don't really make sense and shit, it's kind of an ugly box, and the only thing that really saves it is the side art and the back art. But the difference this time going around is They basically took the big panel, the big back piece of art is basically now on the front with the window, and that wraps around to the one side where it normally said the name of the figure. But then if you flip it around and you still line them up on a shelf, you still have the side art panels, so it doesn't look too out of place. It still fits within the height of the other boxes, so it's not too out of uniform, even though it's out of uniform. And at the same time, they also changed the Masterverse logo, and a variant of this Masterverse logo on these new boxes actually first appeared on the 40th anniversary He-Man Masterverse box, which was actually episode 1 of Ian Versus Daddybones. So this Trapjaw looks pretty badass, and like I said, I'm going to be opening him up at some point soon, and all of these guys are going to be open soon. But like I said, with the original plans of the show, October got fucked up, which caused half of November to get... Yeah, half of October got fucked up, which caused half of November to get fucked up. So now I'm basically just trying to make up for lost content, and, I have... the original episode 50 got screwed up, so now I got a new plan for episode 50. So next week's episode 50, I'm going to be not only talking about one of the greatest feuds in WWE between Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, but I'm going to be opening up the Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock action figures. So I'm going to be opening up 2 Ultimate Edition figures to celebrate 50 episodes of Ian Versus Daddybones. And I do gotta say, there's a Facebook and Instagram reel of the Stone Cold Steve Austin and Rock figures that I'm opening them up next week. And I do go on to say thank you to everybody that checked out that reel, because with all the reels I put out and shit, that Steve Austin and Rock reel got me some stars, and that's actually one of my most watched recent videos. Alright, the meat and potatoes of today's episode. I'm going to be opening up this Masters of the Universe Revelation Prince Adam figure. One thing I realized doing the show for the past year is I've opened Origins figures, I've opened WWE Superstars, DC Superpowers, Masterverse figures, WWE Elite figures. And the whole point of the show, like, started because of my love of He-Man and Skeletor and Masters of the Universe. And it's like, other than the first episode of the show, and with the exception of He-Man and Skeletor in pants, which I opened back in, I believe, January of this year, because they were the Netflix 2021 reboot He-Man and Skeletor. I opened them at a time when my daughter Sadie was really into the figures. So when I got those figures in the mail, I wanted to talk about them immediately and open them. But with the exception of He-Man and Skeletor in pants, and 40th anniversary He-Man, and I'm not counting like Snake Armor He-Man and whatnot, or Thunder Punch He-Man, like, I haven't opened any of my Masterverse He-Man figures. Other than 40th anniversary and He-Man and with pants. Like, I got New Adventure Space He-Man, I got Dolph Lundgren He-Man, I got Revelation He-Man, I got New Eternia Barbarian He-Man, Viking He-Man, whatever that, yeah. Viking He-Man, Barbarian Skeletor, that's what it was. So it's like, I got 4 He-Mans and I got 4 Skeletors, and I haven't even gotten a chance to open yet. And mind you, I already talked about Frank Langella and Dolph Lundgren, He-Man and Skeletor. I already wasn't planning on opening them anyway because of the fucking boxes and shit. So they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay on the shelf. But basically, I have 3 pair of He-Man and Skeletors that I plan on opening during the month of December, because I want every episode of Ian Versus Daddybones during December to feel like Christmas morning, and what it was like for me waking up in the morning and being able to open a brand new He-Man and Skeletor for fucking Christmas. But He-Man only becomes He-Man after Prince Adam says the magic words. You know what I mean? And now that I got the Masterverse Prince Adam figure in the mail, I figured before I get started in December opening up He-Man and Skeletors, I need to crack open Adam first. Now, unfortunately, I do not have my Origins Prince Adam figure with me, but real quick, while I get the tape open on this box, Prince Adam was released in the Masters of the Universe Origins line. He actually got 2 releases. Prince Adam got 2 releases in the Origins line. Neither were a single peg release. Prince Adam came out, he was part of the new for 2021, or he could have even, no, it was new for 21 on his box. But Prince Adam was like one of the first figures that to come packaged with a vehicle. He came with the Sky Sled. So they basically sold it at like Walmart for like 25, 30 bucks. But it's like you got the Prince Adam figure, but then you also got the Sky Sled vehicle. The Sky Sled, which is the front half of the Battle Ram that separate, like the Battle Ram was this big blue tank that had the Sky Sled in the front, and it had like these red missiles it could shoot, but you could take the Sky Sled off the Battle Ram, and then the Sky Sled was basically the blue ride-on vehicle that they used in the cartoon a lot. But Adam came packaged with the Sky Sled, which has always been kind of a tease, because it's like we only got the front part of the Battle Ram, but we don't have the rest of the vehicle. You know, it'd be like we have the sidecar, but I don't have the motorcycle to attach the fucking sidecar to. I don't have the back ass end of the tank to fit the Sky Sled inside. But either way, it was pretty cool because the Sky Sled came with a display base that had a stand that popped in underneath the Sky Sled to make it look like Prince Adam was riding it and shit. And also, they had a He-Man and Adam 2-pack where they had He-Man, and I believe this was either like a PowerCon exclusive or a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive when Origins debuted. Like when they announced Masters of the Universe Origins, this was an exclusive at the time for like PowerCon or Comic-Con. And basically what it was, it had He-Man on one side, it had Prince Adam on the other, but this version of Prince Adam was based on the mini comics look for Prince Adam, where the mini comics Prince Adam wasn't wearing long purple pants. He was wearing short furry pants like He-Man, and he had naked fucking legs, and instead of wearing a pink vest, he wore a blue vest. So it's blue vest, no pants Adam, and He-Man. So you got the purple tights Adam with the pink vest that came with the Sky Sled, and then you got the blue vest Adam that came with the 2-pack with He-Man. And like I said, this Prince Adam Revelations figure is part of Wave 10 of Masters of the Universe Revelations that also, or Masters of the Universe Masterverse that also includes Clamp Champ, Skeletor, Webstor. And it says, Prince Adam, heroic secret identity of He-Man. He-Man did it. He finally defeated Skeletor, but in doing so, it cost him his life and his secret identity. His friends and family are shattered by the truth. He-Man was actually Prince Adam all along. After coming back from Preternia, Prince Adam has a second lease on life and another chance to make things right with those he loves the most. Now, this Prince Adam comes from Masters of the Universe Revelation, the Netflix series that was basically, it was like 10 episodes split into two five parts. You know what I mean? And in like the first episode, He-Man and Skeletor had a battle that wound up vanquishing both of them. And when Man-at-Arms presented the news to the king, the king's like, oh, He-Man died. That sucks. You know what I mean? And the queen was like, no, Randor, we lost our son. Our baby boy is dead. And Randor's like, what the fuck? And he looks at Man-at-Arms, and Man-at-Arms is standing there all like, so then King Randor goes apeshit, and he fucking banishes Man-at-Arms, and he tells Teela to take your piece of shit father, this disgruntled Man-at-Arms, and get him the fuck out of my palace. And if I ever see you again, Duncan, I'm gonna fucking have you killed. And then Teela's like, fuck this shit. Takes her tiara off, throws it on the ground, basically becomes Captain AWOL, and she dips. So, He-Man's gone, Adam's gone, years go by, where we pick up in the present day of Eternia. Teela and Andra go on a mission for Evil Lyn, right? So, all this story, plot gets to a point to where they need both halves of the power sword. They get the dark half of the power sword from Scareglow, and then they escape into Preternia, which is basically like heaven, because in Preternia, the Three Towers, Eternia is there. And it's like all the fallen warriors are hanging out. Like Wundar's there, King Grayskull's there, Hero is there, and Adam is there. And this is the part in the series where Adam and Teela get reunited and basically have the talk they never got to have because, well, you died and you weren't here for me to yell at you, so you're going to listen to what I have to say type shit. So it's Prince Adam as he appeared multiple times in the story. It's Prince Adam as he appeared before He-Man and Skeletor had that battle that vanquished them both. And it's Prince Adam as he appeared in Preternia when we saw him again in the show. Now, let me go ahead and undo his plastic restraints so we can free him from his plastic prison. Oh, I do gotta say, he's pretty easy to take out. A lot of his little plastic ties don't seem to be as tight as others seem to be on other figures. But also real quick, before I go further with this Prince Adam, because if I don't do this now, I'm gonna probably fucking forget about it, even though it's sitting right in front of me. But right here, this is the Super 7 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Prince Adam figure. Now, I don't believe this is complete. This was given to me by my friend Jay. And Jay, I've shouted out a few times over the past year because Jay helped me out with some. Basically, I'm trying to get the figure off Mattel Creations. Jay helps me out sometime in the event where I'm successful, keeping my fingers crossed that Jay was able to come through and get one. So Jay helps me out sometimes with my Mattel Creations figures, but Jay's more of a WWE and a Ninja Turtle guy. Jay's not much into He-Man, but I remember Jay and I were working together years ago, and I remember when Jay told me he bought this figure, because this is a Super 7 Prince Adam figure, and it's actually based off that meme that's in video that's been going around the internet for years, where it's like clips of Masters of the Universe set to what's going on, and it's basically Prince Adam. It's Prince Adam making the face, singing Four Non-Blondes. And I think it's absolutely incredible. And even on the back of the box, with this nice fucking glittery packaging, you can see Adam making his face. So it's a really good sculpt on the face. It's absolutely fucking amazing. Now, Jay wound up giving this to me. One day I went and picked up, honestly, I want to say it may have been Camo Con. I think, because Jay helped me get one of my Camo Cons, and I think the day I grabbed Camo Con from Jay, he also handed me the Prince Adam figure, which I thought was pretty fucking dope. But the reason I wanted to point that out first is because I wanted to have another reason to say thank you very much for the figure, Jay. But I think it's funny because even though this is a Masters of the Universe Revelations Prince Adam figure, he also comes with an alternate head where he's making the Revelations version of the What's Going On face. So I thought that was pretty neat. Now, alright, this is going to be a pain in the ass. How am I going to... There we go. No, it's not going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to be easier than I thought. Actually, not a pain in the ass at all. But that's fucking neat. We'll get to that. It's neat but disappointing at the same time. I'll get to that in a moment. But let's get Adam out of his package. Alright. Now, I'm not trying to hate on the figure by any means. And the one thing, though, I can say, honestly, I do love about this figure right off the bat is that it's actually Prince Adam in a Prince Adam body. You know what I mean? It's not like 80s back in the day Prince Adam where it's literally the same shared parts as the He-Man figure. Because if this is like, to me, this is what Prince Adam is supposed to look like. Prince Adam is not supposed to be as muscular and jacked as He-Man. And, you know, just because you're wearing purple pants and a pink vest, you know, it's not fooling anybody. But, let's see here. He's got his two fists. He's got his alternate head. But yeah, he's got, like, more proportioned bodies. Like, I can relate to this Prince Adam figure because he's skinny like me. And now with Masters of the Universe, like, Revelation, like I said, Masters of the Universe Revelation was a 10 two half of a series. You know what I mean? Like it was, there were two halves to Revelation, and each half was 5 episodes, and then it obviously left off with a cliffhanger, and it's been well known that Masters of the Universe Revelation is coming out, and the trailer already came out. Well, there was a teaser sneak peek, and then there was a full-blown release trailer. Masters of the Universe Revolution is coming in January, so we're getting fresh He-Man content next year, and it's gonna pick up where it's left off. And I'm actually gonna do an Original Geeks podcast where I'm gonna talk about the Masters of the Universe Revelations trailer and explain to anybody who's not familiar with it what to expect in the second season, while highly recommending right now, if you have Netflix, take the time to soak up Masters of the Universe Revelation. It's really good, and for a modern He-Man cartoon, I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed with it by any means. There's a lot of people, a lot of the fans, a lot of people didn't really care for it, but I feel they're just being bitches and looking for something to complain about instead of just enjoying the fact that you have fresh, brand new Masters of the Universe content to enjoy in your 40s. So what's the fucking problem? But back to this Adam figure. This Adam figure is really dope. Like I said, I can relate to him. He's skinny like me. But the one thing I think is hilarious about the character is that compared to the other Masters of the Universe figures, and with Adam being skinny, I could definitely look at his legs and be like, he's got Teela legs. He's got Evil Lynn legs. You know what I mean? He's got sorceress legs, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it helps like the scale of the figure and the size of Prince Adam compared to He-Man, and it's going to be even more incredible like once I like get home with this figure and put him with 40th anniversary He-Man and have him standing, you know, in front of He-Man. And that's the thing, you know. This Prince Adam figure comes with a power sword. Now, Prince Adam in the vintage line came with a pink sword, and Prince Adam in the Origins line also comes with a pink sword. However, this version of Adam comes with a brand new version of the power sword, which I gotta say is pretty cool, but after actually getting it in the mail and opening the figure, I'm very disappointed in it. Like, it's a clear, transparent power sword, and it's got specks of glitter inside the sword, and basically what it's supposed to represent exactly what it is on the back, where you see Adam after he said, by the power of Grayskull and the transformation process is beginning. That's to symbolize his sword powering up to begin the transformation process. But all the pictures of it showed the sword with like silver glitter and like pink glitter. And yes, I'm disappointed that there's no pink glitter in the fucking sword, because it looked really dope in pictures, and I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna look incredible. But either way, it still does look totally incredible. I'm very impressed with this figure. You know, I mean, there's only so much you could do with the Prince Adam figure, because like, it's not like, I mean, he has his moments where he fights, when he can't become He-Man, but half the time he's Clark Kent. He's looking for somewhere to disappear to so he can become He-Man, so He-Man can save the day. So people at the end of it can be like, Clark, that's where you've been. Where you been this whole time? Didn't you see the fucking bank get robbed? Like, what the fuck, Clark? Same thing. Adam, where have you been? Of course you were in the basement hiding. You were trying to flirt with the maidens, you pervert. But overall, I gotta say, it's a very dope Prince Adam figure. And you know what? Fuck it. I haven't been able to do a show in the month. He needs a companion. He needs a friend. So, to join Prince Adam, I am also going to be opening up one of the Masters of the Universe, Masterverse Teelas. And this is one of 2 Teela figures to come out in the Revelation line. There is a 3rd Teela figure coming out. However, she's in the new Masterverse boxes, but she's also available in the same wave as Trapjaw, and that's Teela's sorceress form. But Teela's 3rd figure has the Revolution branding for the new show. Now this is what even though it just says Teela on the box, it says Teela, Heroic Warrior Goddess. So, Masters of the Universe fans are calling this Classic Teela, Warrior Goddess Teela. I would even feel comfortable saying Captain of the Guard Teela, because the other Teela that come out with the Revelations branding is what I call Present Day Teela with the Revelations timeline, because that's short-haired Teela looking like a fucking Mandalorian without a mask, as far as being like a bounty hunter or whatever the fuck. But let me see here. I got all her snips out. Alright, 1 foot out. Alright. Now, I like this packaging, but I can't stand this packaging. Especially with this figure, because she's in a battle stance, and I find it annoying that she's in a battle stance, because she's got one leg forward, one leg back. So she's not popping out as easy as other characters that just rest in a tray. Oh wow, she stands up great, just like that. She has a sword. So yeah, the internet wasn't too kind with the first Teela figure, because of the short hair and her not looking like classic Teela. The internet referred basically as butch lesbian Teela, and this is I believe wave 4 Teela, but this is the Teela that everybody wanted when all they did was bitch and complain about the other Teela. Now she also comes with a shield, and let's go ahead and put this on. Pop her hand off. For the most part, well, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about the shield, because some of the shields they hold on to, other shields slide on the arm, so you got to pop the wrist off and pop the hand back on once you get the shield in place. And honestly, I didn't really want to worry about that too much, but another reason I wanted to open up Teela is because, like, to a degree, Teela is one of the main characters that they focus on in Revelation, because a lot of it has to do with her relationship with Adam and her relationship with He-Man, because basically, when Teela finds out that Adam and He-Man are one and the same, it's because He-Man died, and then she found out that He-Man was really Adam. So she lost He-Man and Adam at the same time. And when she found out that He-Man and Adam were the same person, she felt betrayed, she felt lied to, and she felt that everybody that she trusted and cared about was in on the joke, and nobody bothered to fucking tell her, even though she had so much responsibility keeping him safe. Even though whenever there's danger, he runs off so he can transform into the hero to keep her safe. Which is kind of funny in the cartoon when they, like, get back together because, like, he's, you know, without saying it, he's basically like, why are you being so bitchy? And she's like, you know why I'm being so bitchy. You never bothered to tell me what's really going on, and you've been dead the whole time since I found out that I couldn't yell at you. So, yeah, they fucking love each other. It's great. And that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? You got her training him, protecting him. You know what I mean? She's a protector of the royal attorney and family. He's a member of the Eternos royal family, you know, but then you have the He-Man Teela dynamic. But as canon goes in other universes and forms of media, one of those universes, these guys become husband and wife. These guys have a child together someday, and his name is going to be Dare. You know what I mean? And he has a story to be told someday. But I think it's great opening up this Adam and this Teela figure, because with all the other Revelations figures that I've opened, it's nice to finally open her after she's been literally chilling in my house for a fucking year and a half. And now I finally get to open brand new Adam that just showed up in the mail yesterday. And, yeah. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and call it a day. I want everybody watching this, y'all got homework. I want y'all to watch the Masters of the Universe Revolution trailer. And to let me know that you watched it and you did your homework, leave a comment, whether it's on the YouTube channel or on the Facebook post of this video. Let me know what you thought of the trailer. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can also copy-paste the trailer to let other people be able to click on it with the quickness and go check that shit out. But again, thank you, everybody, for patience, understanding, especially the Patreon subscribers who support the brand, and especially you OGPC Original Geeks Podcast Level 2 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing when I had nothing new to provide to you, with the exception of the brand new episode of the Original Geeks Podcast that's currently up on the Patreon, because that was the last one I filmed before the fucking computer died. That's all about Mortal Kombat 1. I got another OGPC I'm getting ready to film this week about Castlevania Requiem. So until next time, cheers, Pete!
Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go. Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back.
You can't hide and you can't pretend, cause I'll punch you out like Wendy England. Some things you learn in the school you attend, but the things that I say you can't comprehend.
I ain't no hippie and I ain't no punk. I don't smoke crack and I don't do junk. I'll just sit down and smoke a fat bong, pull out my guitar and sing a fast song. There's your motherfucking American Idol, putting $2 a gallon down the gas hole. 10 million votes for the next asshole. I'll just put on my engineer's hat, sit back and relax while we speed down the tracks. I'll read the book just to spit out the facts.
Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back. Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back.
Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, get stuck cause you never go. Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back.
Sneak up your driveway all calm and collective, tripping balls like an underground detective. Need some new shit but my funds are running low. I spend it on weed shrooms, beer, and blow. Living life like a cartoon, just flipping the page as I'm staring down the barrel of a 12 gauge. Shotty to the body and it's got me open. Shaking so bad, think my legs are broken. I'm choking on the smoke and coughing up the shot. Waking up from a dream, these drugs are high. Chasing strychnine with kind and beer with whiskey. Sing a lullaby and I'm sorry you missed me.
You can't hide and you can't pretend.